Hello YouTube makeup lovers. So today I wanted to do a quick review on the new Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. I've already had this palette for a few weeks, but I did want to use it a little bit more before doing a review on the palette. I do love the palette. I think it's great. I also loved the original Too Faced palette. This is actually one that made it to my best of 2014 products, and it was pretty much my favorite palette of 2014. I will be showing you guys these side by side in this video, and I will also be doing swatches on each of the two palettes, but this is pretty much what they look like. This is the original chocolate bar palette, and this one right here on the bottom is the semi-sweet chocolate bar palette. So I'm loving it. I love the number 2 chocolate bar palette, the semi-sweet. I think it's awesome. I also love the number 1. I kind of still love the number 1 a little bit more just because it was the first one that came out. But the colors are just amazing in this one. But there are some colors in the first one that I really did love a lot. And those are pretty much still my 3 favorite colors from both of the palettes. But the second one does have amazing colors. The quality is just as good. I did hear somewhere that maybe the color payoff wasn't as good on the second one than in the first. But in my opinion, the color payoff is great. It's still very good. There's just one color that I do not like in the second semi-sweet chocolate bar palette, and that is this one right here. It is called Pink Sugar, and pretty much it kind of looks like a little bit of an iridescent shimmery color, but the color payoff isn't all that great. It's right here on this finger, and it's just awful. I've tried it wet, I've tried it with a base, and honestly I just don't like it. It's a color that I'm just not gonna mess with at all. It's not even a color that I really would want to use anyway, so it's not all that disappointing. But there is one color in the semi-sweet palette that I didn't like, whereas in the original palette, I think I loved every single color in this palette. There wasn't one color that I could say that I didn't like. The first one also had a pink color, but this color had a decent color payoff. As you can see right there, it's a light pink color, completely different from the one in the semi-sweet one. This is just a very weird color. It just does not show off well at all. A few things that I do want to mention that were a huge improvement from the first palette to the second palette are more of the packaging type of things. For example, this is the first one and this is the second one. They made it a lot thinner, which I think is great. I have heard that the first one, they came out with like a little revamped one, and that they did make it thin as well, like this one, but I haven't seen it. And the one that I have is the original thick one. So that was a really good thing that the second one is thinner than the first one. Another fabulous thing, which is the first thing I noticed when I got the palette, and I think I posted it on my Instagram account, was that the first one didn't have the names of the eyeshadows on the palette. It had them on a little paper right here, and that was always really annoying because when you have the palette in front of you, you really can't see the colors. So that is definitely something that they did fix in the second one. As you can see, the colors are printed on the palette in the second one. It also has a mirror like the first one, pretty much looks the same like this. And then the eyeshadows are kind of like in the same type of arrangement where they have big eyeshadows and smaller eyeshadows. I do see that the bigger eyeshadows in the second palette are a little bit smaller than the big eyeshadows in the first palette, but I mean, they're huge eyeshadows. I don't think I'll ever get through those big eyeshadows in the first one. It is just a really great palette, and I'm really loving it, and I just think it's amazing. I think this is going to be just as good as the first one. I'm actually using it on my eyes today. The color that I'm using a lot is this one right here, Caramel, and then I'm also using this one here called Bonbon. But the 3 colors that I mentioned that I love from the first palette that I haven't replaced as my 3 favorite colors are these 3 right here. Those I use all the time, and I do like this goldy color right here, which if I had the little paper I could tell you the name. It's called Creme Brulee. I do like it a lot more than this color right here called Caramel. I just like the way it goes. This one's a little bit more orangey, and that one is just like a really nice goldish bronze color. So they're both great palettes. I totally recommend them. I mean, of course, do you need them both? Probably not. Do I like to have both? Yes. If they came out with a chocolate bar palette number 3, I would still get it too, just because they're such great palettes. And the packaging is really cute. They both look like little chocolate bars. The smell is also really, really, really great of a smell, and I got some on my nose, but the smell is really, really good as well. These chocolate products that Too Faced is coming out with, they are just amazing. I love the palette and I love the cocoa powder foundation. Those are my 2 favorite products. I also like the bronzer, but the cocoa powder foundation was like a huge deal for me. It's just such a great product and I love it a lot. Also important to mention, the palette has 16 eyeshadows and it does have a mixture of finishes, which is very, very important, and you can definitely do an entire look just with this palette. I personally really do not find myself reaching for other colors like I normally maybe would with other palettes, because it has everything that I need, and I felt the exact same way about the original. I could use this palette on its own and I could do a complete look with it, but the mixture of finishes is really great. It has great colors to blend. It also has great colors for the crease, and it has great colors to darken any look that you want for the outer corner, if you want to make it smoky. So you can make an array of looks. You can go from light looks to extremely dark looks with this palette. So I'm really just loving it so much. It started with the swatches, so you see exactly what the colors of each of the palettes look like, and that way you guys can see for yourselves just how great these 2 palettes are. So now I'm going to start off by swatching the palettes for you. This is the original Too Faced chocolate bar palette, and I'm going to start off by swatching the first row, which is this one right over here. My favorite color from this row is this one. It has amazing color payoff. This is the one that I always use under my brow and also to like blend things in. I don't really use it under my brow to highlight, but I do like to just kind of clean everything up that is from the crease to below the brow, and it just makes everything nice and neat. This is an amazing color for the crease. It blends in everything very nicely. And then this one, of course, is just like a matte brown color, which is really, really great for the outer corner. And I just really love it a lot. So here are the swatches of the first row. This is the one that I meant earlier, which is this one right over here. It is such a great, vibrant color. So this right here is the first row. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Second row of the palette, which is right here, also has very, very vibrant colors. This one right here I also use on my crease, and it's a great color for blending. This is a beautiful champagne color for my lid. I use that a lot. And again, this is another dark color that you can also put on your crease or the outer corner. Then this is a pink. I really don't use this pink all that much. The purple is really nice, but honestly, I really just don't use these 2 as much because I'm all about the neutrals. And then this is also a very nice color. So here are the swatches for the second row. Let me turn my arm this way so maybe you can see it a little bit better. Third row of the original Too Faced palette. It has 5 colors because like the first row, this one also has a larger color. So it kind of takes up space for 2 shadows. So this is the third row, and these are my 3 favorite colors out of both palettes. This one and the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. These are the 3 colors that I love to use on my lid. This one as well too, but I just have something special for these that I use them all the time, and it's just because they are so vibrant. Look at those swatches. This is the one right here, and then this one is this one, and this one is that one. They're just such vibrant colors, and the color payoff is just amazing. So here you see the 5 colors. Here is the lighter color, which is this one right here. I don't know how well you can really see it on camera, but it's actually a very nice color. It has good color payoff. It's a little bit iridescent, but the other colors are just amazing. These three I love. I think that these three colors will definitely, if I had to pick one of the two palettes, like say to take on a trip or something, I might just pick the original one, this one, just because I love these colors so much. Now I'm going to show you swatches for the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. And this is what this palette looks like. Also beautiful palette. It has beautiful neutral colors. As you can see, these shadows are the same. I mentioned it earlier. These shadows are the same size, but the bigger shadows right here on the second palette are a tad smaller, but really makes no difference to me because they're just so big. I don't see myself going through those shadows very quickly. So let me go ahead and show you the swatches for this one. So here are the swatches of the first row of this palette. They're also very vibrant colors. This is pretty much just one swipe, just like I did with the first palette. I did not put primer on my hand or anything like that. Something that I really like about this palette is that it has a black, which is this one right here. The other one, the first one, does not have a black color. This one, I feel like this one has shades that are a little bit darker. It just has more variety of darker shades than the first one. So that's something to think about if you want to pick either one or the other. This one does have a black, and then this one right over here is also a very dark color, which is this one. And then this one right here called Truffle is this one. So those are two colors that are very dark. Love this color for blending in the crease, even though I do like the colors for the crease in the first Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. But in this one, which I'm gonna put it right here, the darker color is this one, which is a brown. This is the original. And then this one has this one and this one, which are very dark. Sorry, you can't see what I'm pointing at. This one and this one in the semi-sweet palette are dark colors. So I feel like the second one probably has darker colors than the original, and it does have a black. But these are the swatches. They're great colors. And then this color to me is an essential color, which is this one, which is a coconut cream. And there's also a color that works for the same purpose in the original. So that I like. I always need to have a color like this with all my makeup looks. For the second row of the Semi-Sweet palette, they have 6 shadows, and these are the swatches. Again, there are some great colors in this row as well, and one not so great color, which I would say is the most disappointing color between the two palettes, and that will be this one right here called Pink Sugar. Absolutely hate that color, so disappointed. I haven't found a way to use it. It's this one right here. You can barely see the color. You do see some shimmery there. I've even used it over another color and I still didn't like it, but you would definitely have to use this over something else to make it show, because that is just, I just really do not like it. Love this color right here called Pudding. It's kind of like a taupish color. It's this one right here. That is my favorite color from this row. There's the blue. It has good color payoff, although I do think the purple in the first palette has better color payoff. This color is also great. This one right here called Peanut Butter. It's really nice on the crease if you like kind of like that more orangey type of crease, a little bit more warm toned. And then here you have the frosting color, which is this one right here, another color that I really like for the lid or even the outer corner if you want to go a little bit darker in the lid area. So these are the 6 colors from the second row. For the third row of this palette right here, I would have to say that this is definitely my favorite row of this palette. I love it. Absolutely love this color, Rum Raisin. It's kind of like a taupish color. Love using that on the lid. Love this mousse color for the crease, and this Caramel and Bonbon, also love them for the lid. And these are the swatches of those colors. They are just gorgeous. This right here is the pudding color, which is the first one, mousse, caramel, bonbon, and then this is the other one right here, which is called butter pecan. Awesome row. These colors are all just really, really great, and the swatches are great as well. So that is pretty much it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my quick review on the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and that you try these palettes out because they're both amazing. I hope that you can get your hands on them and try a ton of looks with them, because there is just so much that you can do with these palettes. And as always, I want to say thank you so much for watching Bee Lounge Makeup. Bye!